Josh?
Oh, yeah. What's up, man?
What are you doing? You know we're recording, right?
We're recording. What?
Yeah, I started the recording.
Why did you hit the record?
I thought you were ready. Why aren't you paying attention?
I was going over screenshots.
Screenshots of what?
Okay, listen. All right, so you know how this is going to be our 5th NFL season covering for this channel.
Snap, that's right. Yeah.
So for the past 4 years, we've been doing these record predictions and stuff like that.
That's true.
And for the Cincinnati Bengals, right, that we're about to record,
Yeah.
every single year they tell us, man, you guys are not giving us the credit that we deserve.
That's true.
We're going to be way better than you guys say we're going to be.
That's true. They usually shit on us.
Yeah, some of these comments are pretty brutal, and
They do get better mad.
I'm like, I feel bad for them, but dudes, come on.
Yeah.
At some point, you just gotta actually do what you guys said you're gonna do.
It's true.
But anyway, ready?
I've been ready.
Oh, that's right, we're recording.
Yeah, we're recording.
What's up, Cincinnati Bengals fans? How you guys doing? How are you feeling about the new season, 2021?
It's a brand new slate.
Hey, listen, you know what? Just talking about your team, it's all jokes and everything.
Yes.
But in all seriousness, we like the direction you guys are going.
Yeah.
In the offseason, you guys made some pretty nice moves. You got Jamar Chase.
Like it.
Who's going to be a stud wide receiver.
It's going to be a monster.
Reuniting with Joe Burrow,
Oh,
I
fuck
completely get it.
Love it.
I know a lot of people have said, and we were one of those types of people
Yeah.
who said maybe you guys should go get offensive line because you guys could use offensive line help.
Yep.
But you know what? Getting Jamar Chase was pretty nice, and you guys have a lot of really good weapons. You guys are going in the right direction, and I wonder what kind of step you guys take this upcoming season.
Yeah.
So right behind us, we have the schedule. We're going to go from weeks 1 through 18, and then we're going to give you our floor and ceiling for where you guys are going to be in the season.
And definitely play along if y'all want. And let us know as we go through or at the end, either way.
Yeah, let us know. Don't
Yeah.
be shy, because you guys are never shy, all right?
No.
We love you guys, though, okay? We do.
We would love more screenshots.
All right, here we go. Let's minimize ourselves like Ant-Man.
Wow.
Oh, my God. Sean, we can't go too small because we'll go into the quantum realm.
Yeah, we can't do that.
Fuck. All right, here we go. Week 1. You guys are at home against the Minnesota Vikings.
God, that's a tough one.
And if you guys know us, you know that I'm a Bears fan, so, hey, please beat the Vikings. But I don't have that.
Wait, what?
I got to keep it real. I think the Vikings are going to win this game.
Oh my God, I didn't expect that, Josh, but I have the same thing. Vikings, they improved a lot over this offseason. So,
Sean,
what?
do you hear that? Sean?
Oh my God.
Week 2.
Uh-oh.
The Bears
Wow.
hosting your Cincinnati Bengals.
Back to back?
Woo-hoo-hoo.
NFC North matchups? Ooh.
Chicago Bears, monsters of the Midway. Hey, Andy Dalton, your former quarterback, looking damn good at training camp.
Yes.
He's going to start the season. He should be the starter right here in week 2 unless something happens.
Yep.
Right? And he's got a great rapport with Allen Robinson, Darnell Mooney.
He's looking
You
good.
already know what our defense is going to be. And I know you guys have offensive weapons. But how much time is Joe Burrow going to be able to get rid of that ball?
Khalil Mack.
When Eddie Goldman, Khalil Mack, Robert Quinn, and all the Akeem Hicks, and they're coming for you.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go with the Chicago Bears. I know. Bias. I'm going with the Bears. That Bears.
Don't worry, Bengals fans. Okay, he may have picked the Bears.
I swear to God.
I'm picking the Bears too.
Okay, Sean. Smart man.
I'm sorry, Bengals. I like their defense more. I think they got the weapons to be able to put up points.
Okay, now heading into week number 3. Man, you guys got a brutal schedule for real.
God damn.
You got tied for 6th hardest schedule going into the season.
Holy shit.
And you're on the road against the Pittsburgh Steelers. And you know what? I actually have you guys taking a road win here for the first win of the season.
See, I got Pittsburgh winning this. It's early in the season. I'm not sure Burrow and them were going to get on track just yet. I got Pittsburgh, and them starting 0-3. Sorry, Bengals.
Week 4, Thursday Night Football, hosting the Jacksonville Jaguars, Burrow versus Lawrence. Oh, my goodness. This could be a really good Thursday night battle.
It actually could.
And you know what? I'm going to have you guys getting this short week win.
Yeah, this is where I give y'all's first dub. And this is against another young team in Jacksonville.
Staying in the jungle, baby. You guys are hosting the Green Bay Packers. Fuck. I hate giving them a win. I hate it, but I have to.
Oh my gosh, Josh, you're having the NFC North looks like they're undefeated so far. That's all their losses.
Kind of like back in 2017 when the NFC North dominated the AFC North.
Oh.
We didn't lose a single game.
Duh.
The Chicago. Nonetheless, we have the Green Bay Packers winning here week 5.
Yes.
Heading into week 6, you guys are on the road against the Detroit Pussycats.
Will the NFC North sweep the Bengals?
Actually, nope. Bengals get the first win against the North.
I agree, actually. I don't have that much faith in the Lions this year.
Heading into week 7, you guys are on the road against the Baltimore Ravens. Damn good team, Lamar Jackson, the Ravens.
Yeah.
Give me them.
Same. It's Baltimore. They're going to be competing for that division. It's going to be tough.
Now, this is where the comment section really lights up. Because you guys are on the road against the Jets, and this could be a really toss-up game. I know what you guys are saying. How? How is this a toss-up game?
Jets?
Hey, man, they got a pretty damn good defense led by Robert Saleh, and I like some of the offensive weapons they have for themselves. Now, I know it's not as good as the offensive weapons you have right now, but that defense can make some noise, and at home, in this toss-up, I'm going to lean towards a home team Jets. I can just hear them yelling at me in the comment section. I'm sorry.
The Jets? Jets? The
Jets.
goddamn Jets?
The goddamn Jets.
I'm sorry, I can't pick the Jets to win here. I'm going Bengals.
All right, heading into week number 9, you guys are at home against the Browns. Give me the dog pound, Brownies.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the Browns as well, and y'all are going to be going into a bye week, which y'all desperately need.
Heading into week 11 on the road in Allegiant Stadium against the Raiders.
Oh.
And I got the Raiders taking care of business at home.
Oh. You know, coming off the bye week, y'all had a rough start. I feel like y'all get a dub here coming off the bye week because that's the thing with the Raiders, man. They will beat the teams, they'll shock some people, but then they'll lose the teams that they shouldn't. And I think y'all be able to pull off a dub. Heading
into week number 12, you guys are at home against the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Ooh.
And I got Steelers clapping back and getting this win. Tough.
See, for me, I already had Pittsburgh winning, so I'm going to have Bengals be able to pull off the split.
Heading into week 13, Chargers get the dub in the jungle.
Damn, this is getting worse. It gets brutal. Yeah, again, I got Chargers.
Heading into week number 14, at home against the San Francisco 49ers, I'm going 49ers.
Yeah, I know it's late in the year and it might be a little cold out there, but still, Niners should be able to dominate y'all. Sorry.
Week 15, on the road against the Broncos, I'm going Broncos.
Yeah.
Shit.
We're not deviating at all, Josh. We both feel like this is a tough stretch. Oh, my God, it's a tough stretch.
It's a horrible schedule. Week 16, I got you guys splitting the series against the Baltimore Ravens.
Me? I actually have Baltimore sweeping y'all. I just don't see how y'all can stop Lamar Jackson. That's what it all boils down to. I just don't think it can.
Week 17, this is anyone's game? No, not really. I'm sorry. I'm very cruel. I'm going with the Chiefs to get the road win.
Patrick Mahomes. That's all I want to say.
Sorry. Week 18 on the road against the Cleveland Browns, and I have you guys splitting the series, getting the win to end 5-12.
I think y'all be able to pull this one off. I got y'all 6-11, but I think y'all can split with the Browns.
5-12 right here. And you know what? I don't think you're a true 5-win team in this situation, or even a true 6-11 team. I think you guys are more talented than this, but it's just the timing of everything. You guys are still building upon something. You got question marks in the offensive line, and you guys have one of the most brutal schedules here in the league.
Y'all go through stretches. Y'all play some tough defenses.
So I know you're looking at the win-loss record and you're going, man, come on, we ain't that bad. But we hear this song every single year, and I actually believe that you're more talented than what your record suggests.
Yeah.
It's just that way.
It's just how it is sometimes.
Right? So let us know in the comment section how we're just absolutely wrong about your team. And you know what? Actually, Sean?
Yeah?
Maybe for this year, the Cincinnati Bengals, we shouldn't have the final say about them.
We shouldn't?
No. I think we should let the final say go to a Bengals fan. Someone who lives, breathes, and sweats Cincinnati Bengals football.
But who could we go to?
Yo, what's up, boys? It's BMoney. I want to thank Josh and Sean for having me on to get to talk about the team that I love, the Cincinnati Bengals. Obviously, you see it, the Houday Nation right here. Couldn't find a Bengals hat, so we threw on a Reds one. But I want to thank them for having me on because, there's not a lot of Bengals fans in this community. And not a lot of people who know the Bengals like I do. So I want to thank them for giving me the opportunity to try to express what I feel is coming up this season and some things to look for, and just briefly touch on the last couple of seasons under Zach Taylor and kind of why I'm optimistic about the Bengals coming into the season. Just my big reason for optimism coming into this season is because the Bengals have spent a lot of money these last 2 years, and I know money doesn't always constitute wins, but this is now Zach Taylor's team. Fully Zach Taylor's team, We had a lot of old veterans from Marvin Lewis that really fell out of favor here these last 2 seasons. And it's Zach's guys now, so it's put up or shut up for Zach Taylor. This is your team now, and we've seen signs of the Bengals growing as a team. The Bengals have been in a lot of one-score games. They haven't had that killer instinct to put the nail in the coffin and finish off some of these wins. I think they had like 5 fourth-quarter leads, or at least 5 halftime leads last year during the season, and we couldn't finish those games. So the Bengals are getting closer. And the Bengals have added a lot of talent these last 2 years through the draft and through free agency. Obviously, Joe Burrow, T. Higgins, Jamar Chase. We still have the best safety in football, Jesse Bates. We have DJ Reader, Trey Henderson. So we've built a good, solid, fundamental team. And it's time for the guys to step up and make that next leap into being a 10-win team. And, obviously last year, Joe Burrow tearing his ACL put a really big damper on the mood around Cincinnati. Zach Taylor's job was called into question, and it brought a lot of anger and a lot of resentment from the fan base, seeing how Joe Burrow went down. The Bengals win in this offseason, and we no longer have Bobby Hart on the team. Mike Jordan, who unfortunately got backed into Joe Burrow's knee in the play that resulted in his ACL being torn, is not a starter anymore. So if you take the group of guys that are expected to be starting this year that were on the team last season, that doesn't count, Riley Reif or Jackson Carman, who were added to the draft and free agency, that's 5 sacks right there. The Bengals allowed the whole season from those guys. We also let go of the worst offensive line coach in football, Jim Turner, and we brought back Frank Pollock. I couldn't remember his name, but Frank Pollock was here in 2018 when Joe Mixon was the best running back in the AFC that season. So we brought back some good coaches. We replaced some of the turd bags on the offensive line, and we really have started to grow towards being a better team. We've drafted a lot better. We've added a lot of talent these last 2 years, and now it's put up or shut up. Because this is Zach Taylor's job that's on the line. If you don't come through, big boy, your job is gone. Simple as that. It's time for Zach Taylor to take the next step into being the head coach of the future, or he's just not going to be here next season. Some things that I'm personally looking forward to this season, some positives. Obviously, Joe Burrow. That's clear-cut number one. Joe Burrow is healthy now. He's had some struggles early in camp, but that's to be expected. Coming off the knee surgery just in December, he's back in 8 months' time. He tweaked his mechanics this offseason to get some more velocity on the football, to get some more air under it, to throw those deeper passes, which he struggled with at points last season. And so far it's been a struggle, but you have to iron those things out. But it's definitely encouraging to see the fact that he's back on the football field. He's going through practice. He's not taking many days off. It's an encouraging sign that Burrow is back to almost 100%. Obviously, you have the return of Joe Mixon. Joe Mixon was banged up last season. The Bengals went disgustingly pass heavy with Joe Burrow, not being able to run the ball, not being able to ever get into a rhythm. And then Mixon getting hurt kind of put a damper on the whole offense too, because now you're really relying on Joe Burrow to carry the load. And I expect a good season from Mixon. The offensive line is better with Riley Reif and Jackson Carman playing on the right side of the line. That will allow, also Frank Pollock being the new running game coordinator. Like I said, when he was here, Joe Mixon was at his best. So I'm very cautiously optimistic that Joe Mixon is in for a really big season. We already committed not to taking Mixon off the field anymore, which is a big thing we did. Mixon was never solid in pass protection, so he gets rotated off the field in third downs. And as much as we're paying Joe Mixon, you can't take the guy off on third down. He's just far too explosive and talented not to be on the field at all times. Obviously, we added Jamar Chase, the best receiver in the draft, to an already star-studded wide receiver room. T. Higgins is one of the best rookie receivers last season. And Tyler Boyd might be the best slot receiver in football that nobody really gives his credit to. So the offense is definitely a positive to look forward to. The Bengals have a lot of potential to be a really violently scoring offense, and they can put up a lot of points. The defense is still a question mark. It has been ever since Zimmer left in 2013, 2012. The Bengals have not been able to be a good defense in a long time. But the time is now. You have Jesse Bates as the center fielder, one of the best safeties in football that nobody talks about. We added Mike Hilton, who graded out as a top 5 slot corner. We got Cheeto from the Cowboys, who have had potential there. He showed some good flashes. He excels in his zone defense. We run a ton of zone coverage. I expect Cheeto to have a really good season. The linebackers have always been iffy in Cincinnati for the longest of times. We have a lot of young linebackers: Logan Wilson, Akeem Davis-Gaither, Jermaine Pratt, Marcus Bailey. There's a lot of potential there. And the defensive line. It comes down to getting after the quarterback. It doesn't matter how good your secondary is. You could have 5 Champ Baileys back there, 5 Ed Reeds, 5 Darrell Reeveses, whatever the case may be. If you can't get after the quarterback, you can't put pressure on him, somebody's going to get open. And that's been a big problem for the Bengals. Not generating pressure has given guys more time to throw in the pocket. And like I said, this is the NFL, baby. Somebody's going to get open eventually. Things I'm worried about is still the offensive line, too. There's still question marks. We don't have anybody on backup reserve. So if, God forbid somebody goes down, you're throwing in a replacement level player there, and that just worries me with Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow is still another thing I'm concerned about. How healthy is Joe Burrow? Let's just call a spade a spade. He's coming off an ACL tear. There's only so much confidence you have. Those things are finicky. ACLs are real tricky. Sometimes you're not 100% right away. Sometimes you're scared. Sometimes you're worried. Can I do this still? Am I confident in my knee? So Joe Burrow worries me. I'm confident in Burrow, but there's definitely something to watch. He may struggle out of the gate. He may have some issues being confident. And the biggest red flag I have is coaching. Let's just, again, call a spade a spade. The Bengals coaching staff has not been good these last 2 years under Coach Taylor. It's just not. He's proven he can't win so far. And I don't care how close you get, You can talk the talk. You can talk about culture. You can have all your guys banging the table for you. But if you don't win, it doesn't matter. Winning is the only thing that matters in this league. And Zach Taylor's failed to win so far. So I'm very anxious for this season. You know, I love football. I love my team. I will always ride or die with the Cincinnati Bengals. Always ride or die with my Houday Nation. And now, with all that being said, it's time to get in and break down Josh and Sean's predictions and really quickly just go over my thoughts on them. And I'll go through.
What's up, everybody?
And give you my picks.
Now it's time to compare my picks to what Josh and Sean had for their picks. And obviously, there's going to be a little bit of a difference. I'm obviously a little bit more biased towards my team. I do my best to take out my biases, but I'm obviously a lot more optimistic about the Houday Nation because this man right here, number 9, Joe Burrow. So I'm a bit more optimistic about the team, but I'm not going to have anything crazy in terms of the Bengals going like 17-0 or something. So week 1, this is a win. This is Joe Burrow's first home game in a sold-out Paul Brown Stadium. After the injury, the jungle is going to be rocking. The Bengals spent a ton of money to upgrade the fan experience, specifically for this kind of moment. The Vikings right now, as of recording this on the 7th of August, we don't know what's going to happen with Justin Jefferson. He went down on Friday of this recording, so we don't know what's going to happen there. That he may be out for this game. But even if he's not out, I trust the Bengals to get it done. With the improved secondary, the iffiness of Kirk Cousins, this will be and then obviously the Bengals added Tyler Shelvin and DJ Reader, who was last season, who was the best run-stuffing defensive tackle in football in 2019. He got hurt last season. He's back healthy. We added some big boys in the interior. Sam Hubbard signed his extension. He's one of the best run-stuffing edges in the league. I think the Bengals can contain Dalvin Cook. This is the Bengals week 1 with the chance to demonstrate how explosive the offense is going to be, and the Bengals get it done and take down the Minnesota Vikings week 1. Week 2, both Josh and Sean have the Bears winning. I think that they're wrong again. Me and Josh would definitely have a bet on this game. Me being the Bengals fan, Josh being the Bears fan. I think the Bears are a little bit overrated heading in the season. Hate to say it. They still have Matt Nagy, who's not that good of a head coach. The defense is good from the pass rush perspective. They have a good linebackers with Roquan Smith. Their secondary is kind of iffy. Eddie Jackson in the back half of that secondary as safety. Jalen Johnson's okay, but he's not containing Jamar Chase, baby. No chance. Jamar Chase is going to put that man in the shadow realm. He's going to dog him so bad. And then on the Bears defensive line, Eddie Goldman and Khalil Mack can create some problems for the Bengals. But I think the Bengals defense is good enough to step up to stop the Bears offense. Andy Dalton is what he is. No one in this entire community knows Dalton better than me. I've suffered through 9 years of Dalton. I know what he is. I know when he performs. This is a game where Dalton's going to struggle. The improved Bengals secondary is clamping down Allen Robinson and Darnell Mooney, and the new improved run defense is putting David Montgomery in a box. Bengals escape Chicago with a big old W, baby. Week 3, shockingly, Josh actually has us winning this game. Sean doesn't. I'm inclined to go with Sean on this. The Bengals haven't beat the Steelers in Pittsburgh since like 2015. So it's been 6 years coming. The Bengals just simply do not play well in Pittsburgh. They haven't played well in Pittsburgh. And I don't expect that to change, even with my belief of the Steelers falling off and not being as good this season. They're still going to beat the Bengals in Pittsburgh. The Bengals are not at that point where they're the big brother and can bully the Steelers. But the Steelers are definitely stepping back. The offense is just okay. The offensive line is in shambles. Captain Fat Fuck is about to have his swan song. Their secondary got decimated. But with historical trends here, the Steelers take down the Bengals. Week 4, Thursday night primetime football. Y'all better be here for this stream Thursday night watching Joe Burrow live shred a very bad Jaguars defense. The Jaguars simply are not a good team. He shredded them last year. He'll do it again. But the Jaguars have potential. They're trending in the right direction. They made some good improvements on offense. Excuse me. They drafted Trevor Lawrence, obviously. Travis Etienne, his best friend from in college. They have some good pass catchers. Marvin Jones, Lakeisha Chenault, DJ Chark. The offensive line is not terrible. There's some good things going on in Jacksonville, but it's just year one under Urban Meyer, and I think the Jaguars are going to get blown out in this game. Obviously, we all agree here. The Bengals are beating the Packers. But fun fact, I'm pretty sure the Bengals are the only team Aaron Rodgers has not beaten twice. Just something to watch for. We almost upsetted Rodgers in 2017 when we were really bad in week 3. But I digress. We're not beating the Packers. The Packers are the best team in the NFC North. They are, I think, likely Super Bowl contenders again. Aaron Rodgers is a man on a mission in his last season in Green Bay. They have every weapon they need on offense and defense. We're going to get slaughtered by the Packers. Both Josh and Sean agree, as do I, that we're beating Detroit. Detroit is not a good football team. Their offensive line is good. They have DeAndre Swift at running back. Their receivers, I guarantee you nobody can name a single receiver on Detroit because they don't have any receivers. Obviously, Jared Goff, new offense. We know what Sean McVay did to help him, so there's still some question marks about how he's going to adjust there in Detroit. I don't have much hope for him. I don't have much hope for Dan Campbell. So I think the Lions are in for a couple more years of mediocrity, and the Bengals lock this down. Bengals-Ravens, not going to stay on this long. The Ravens have owned us on Lamar Jackson. They continue to own us on Lamar Jackson. Nothing changes here. Guys like Lamar Jackson are our defense kryptonite. We're not fast enough out in space to stop him. We're not fast enough to prevent him from running all over us. So I just don't see any way the Bengals win either of the games with the Ravens. Bengals-Jets, easy Bengals win. I like Saleh a lot. He's going to do a lot for the Jets, but they're just too young of a team. You know, Zach Wilson is going to have struggles his rookie season. They do have some intriguing offensive pieces. Corey Davis, Michael Carter, my guy Denzel Mims. They drafted Elijah Moore, so there's a lot of offensive potential here. But they're a really young team. Zach Wilson will have some growing pains as a rookie. So I just don't think the Jets are ready to take that step to beat a team like the Bengals. The Bengals defense can clamp down their receivers. Their offensive line is okay. They only have Mekhi Becton. We can get after the quarterback. I think the Bengals beat the Jets. Week 9. I'm going to go with the Bengals again. The Bengals are beating the Browns the way that it is. The Bengals, I think, are... There we go. The Bengals are getting close to the Browns. Last year, the Bengals came so close in Cincinnati to beating the Browns. We shredded the Browns defense. The Browns made some improvements. The Browns are a good football team. Their defense is really good. The defense can cause havoc on the offensive line. Jadeveon Clowney, Myles Garrett, John Johnson in the back half of that secondary was a phenomenal pick. The Browns offense is really, really good, but we can contend with the Browns offense. I think our defense can create enough stops to keep the Bengals in this game, and I'm going to go with the Bengals heading into our bye week 6-3, shocking the world, having more wins in, the first half of the season than Josh and Sean have, and the Bengals getting in general. But the Bengals schedule gets a lot tougher in the second half of the season, and a lot more games that I see the Bengals struggling in are coming up. Week 11, that's a loss. I think we're a better team from a talent perspective than the Raiders. The Raiders' defense is just okay. Their offense really doesn't have that many star-studded receivers. Henry Ruggs is there. Obviously, you have Josh Jacobs. He's very good. He's going to be a trouble to stop. He's one of the top running backs in football. Derek Carr is just okay. Darren Waller is a nightmare for the Bengals. Their defense really has nothing of superstar note, but the Bengals historically have struggled out of the bye week. The Bengals get clobbered time and time again out of the bye week, and nothing's going to change here. The Bengals have a lot of historical trends that they have yet to be broken until they start showing they can break them. I'm not going to pick the Bengals out of the bye week ever. Week 12, Sunday, Bengals beat the Steelers at home. Back to what I said earlier in my prediction, the Steelers are going to drop off. And this is where the Bengals probably get one of their only second half wins of the season is against the Pittsburgh Steelers here. The Steelers defense, like I said, is still kind of iffy. The secondary got decimated. The offense has some question marks. The offensive line is abysmal. Captain Fat Fuck is in the later half of his swan song. Najee Harris is just an okay running back. I didn't think he was as good as, being projected coming out of college. I think the Steelers struggle here. I think the Bengals take it home here and beat the Steelers. Chargers beat us. The Chargers offense is super dynamic. Justin Herbert is going to have an explosive day here. It's going to be a shootout here in Cincinnati. But Herbert showed he could stretch the ball down the field better than a lot of people expected last season. They added a lot of talent to the offensive line to give Herbert time to throw the football. I think the Chargers are a good team, and I think they beat the Bengals here. 49ers beat us. I think the 49ers are actually going to fall off this season. I know a lot of people are very high on them. I am not. I think losing Robert Saleh is a tremendous blow. Not a lot of people are talking about and how it affects them. So I'm pretty confident they're going to fall off, but they're still a good team. Their offense causes the Bengals a lot of problems with their stretch zones and how explosive they are running the ball. And you can only have so many good run stuffers, and still the Niners are going to find a way to run the ball down your throat. The Bengals have historically, the last couple of seasons, not stopped the run. Well, even with the improvements, a team like the 49ers is just a mismatched nightmare for the Bengals, and I don't expect the Bengals to be able to stop them. I'm actually going to go with the Bengals upsetting the Broncos. The Broncos offense is terrible. Drew Lock is terrible. Teddy Bridgewater is terrible. They have good pieces, but they neglected the most important position on that offense. That is the quarterback. You can't trust their quarterbacks. They have talent all across the board, though. Obviously, Jerry Jeudy is a dog, just a phenomenal player. Noah Fant is an incredible tight end. They have good receivers. They have one of my favorite running backs, Javonte Williams. The Broncos they have the pieces there, but the offensive line is in question mark, and obviously the quarterback is a question mark. And we can't. The quarterback is important, and when your quarterback's not there, it's hard to pick you. We don't have to talk about these next 3 games. Quite honestly, Ravens, same reason as before. They own us. We can't stop Lamar. The Chiefs are going to absolutely brutalize the Bengals. There's no chance we even stop for a second Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes is going to have the entire day to throw the ball. It's going to be an ugly, ugly shellacking at the hands of the Kansas City Chiefs. And finally, we end off the season with a loss to the Browns. I'll be at this game. I think the Bengals split here with the Browns and end the season 8-9. I think that's a pretty reasonable prediction. The Bengals take advantage of the early half of the season, beat a lot of bad to average teams in the first half of the year, and the Bengals rightfully get beat by the top dogs in the NFL. And the top dogs in the NFL are who we play the second half of the season. And this would be an encouraging sign for Bengals fans. 8-9 is a lot better. It can build some optimism. And I think 8-9 too likely saves Zach Taylor's job. And we bring him in for another season of Bengals football. So I appreciate you guys letting me ramble on and talk about the Bengals. And make sure you guys hit the like button, smack the subscribe button for Josh and Sean. Show them all the love in the world. And thank you guys for having me on.